Okay, so after a few videos and the fact that this popped up in my news feed, I have seen that the long-awaited Dreamlight Valley that I've been waiting on to become free to play is going to become paid. It would be okay if their expansion pack that they are going to have was not paid too. I could see them being like, this is free to play, access to it free, here's a paid expansion. But no, they're gonna make us wait a full year, make the game in early access, make us pay for early access, then make us pay for the actual game. Yes, I am aware that they are going to allow everyone who's already had early access to keep their saved games and keep access and not remake them repaying for the game. But come on, they promised for it to be free to play after early access. And now all we're promised is free content update and one paid expansion. A paid expansion on top of having to pay maybe $30-$40 for the standard, $60-$70 for the deluxe, and whatever for if they make another version. Why promise us free to play, then be like, oh well, we're gonna be we're gonna make you pay for it now. You waited all this time, we drug it out, we worked on it, we're grateful that you all helped us in early access, and those of you who had early access, you get to keep the game technically for free. You get to keep it. You're not going to lose anything. You're not going to have to repay for it. But yeah, everyone else who wants the game, who's been waiting this last year for it to come out to free to play, you're going to have to pay for it. And on top of that, if you want Disney Dreamlight Valley, A Rift in Time, you're also going to have to pay for it. But everything else, the free content updates, that's free. On top of that, you're still going to have to pay for extra moonstones. We were already paying for extra moonstones. Why, Game Loft? Why? Why do this to us? Make us wait a year, get all this information, and then be like, well, we're going to make you pay for it. If you were already going to make us pay for it, just say that. Just come out and say it from the very start. It's going to be free to own, or it's going to be pay to own. Don't put our hopes up and say it's going to be free to play, and then as it gets near launch date, we decided it's just like it's the day before it's supposed to launch, and you're like, oh, by the way, you're gonna have to pay for it. Really? Why? Just let us have it for free. Let us pay for the expansion, and we already have to pay for extra moonstones. Though, yes, the concept of having co-op, being able to play with your friends in the game, maybe have them help you with some stuff, that's a cool concept. But they're going to make us pay $30-$40 for the base for a standard edition, more for the deluxe edition, and then pay for the expansion that, mind you, could bring Rapunzel and Eve and someone from Tarzan and Gaston. I didn't really care about Gaston, but that's just my personal opinion. But it could bring so many other things, even a new biome, which we have plenty of space for new biomes, which we have not seen in a long time. I mean, I would have been okay with, a paid expansion. I'd be okay with that as long as the game that you had promised was still free to play when it finally came out. But now it's, you gotta buy it. Then on top of that, to get this special expansion, you gotta pay for it. Oh, not to mention, when you're in game, if you need extra moonstones, you gotta pay for those. So you're just squeezing more money out of us where you can get it, and not keeping your promise to keep it free to play. It's just, so I was waiting to get the game free to play. When is it coming out for free to play? I want it on my laptop. I want it on my Switch. I want it here. I want it there. But now it looks like I'm gonna have to wait to see when it comes on sale, and if I happen to have the money, I'm gonna have to buy that, and then wait to see how much the expansion is to get that. Just to get maybe a new biome and a few new characters. Cool. Content updates are still free. So they're gonna have to, in order to keep the game up to date, it's gonna have to be free. But why just slap us in the face and be like, we're gonna have this free to play when it's all said and done? Nope, never mind. It's gonna be paid. Why? Just why?